Okay, guys, did you have a good break? All right, let's start the part two of today's lecture. Right, in part two, we will talk about the Korean ODA work in the other international organizations. Well, we checked various types of international organizations regarding ODA work. Korea is also, as a member of international communities, these countries are doing some work for the ODA purpose. Yes, United Nations as the a good symbol of international organizations. Korea, is doing some kind of works in a United Nations stage. What about the other international organizations, such as OECD or WTO system? Yes, Korea is the member of OECD and also the members of WTO system. Therefore, yes, this small country, they are doing some kind of ODA works in these international organizations. Especially speaking, the OECD, DAC is the special committee for the development project. Yeah, Korea is the member of DAC, and as a donor country in the international societies, yes, they are doing some special work, and WTO system as well. So in the part two, we will see this point and related laws. Okay, firstly, we have to see the OECD system. Korea is the member, one of the major member of OECD. And also, regarding the development issues, Korea is doing some kind of their special jobs in the OECD system. Among the OECD members, Korea is, this country has a very specialty in the OECD memberships because it was a recipient country for several decades ago, and nowadays it became the donor country in the OECD members. Therefore, yes, so OECDs and the member countries of these international communities, they are expecting to Korea to do something special job. So, to respond to the those kind of expectations, Korea is doing their special characteristic works in the OECD stage, and these jobs must be based on the law, international law. Yes, so we will see this point as well. Okay, Korea in the OECD. Korea became the members of OECD, and since then they are doing various types of development works. Especially in 2004, Korea hosted the regional center for competition. So Korea, they are supporting the anti-competition issues. So in the OECD members, they are doing some kind of fair trade and fair competition work, especially for the developing country. They are very weak in this area. Therefore, Korean government, especially Korea Fair Trade Commission, they hosted this regional center. It is their job is supporting to make the good information for the developing country to improve the competition issues, fair competition issues in the developing country. For the works on the competition in the Asian region, to help the authorities, such as the Korea Fair Trade Commission in each developing country has those kind of governmental authorities. So the support, the center support the those kind of governmental authorities to do something for their developing societies. In 2011, the OECD Green Growth Strategy Synthesis Report, it is the made with the contribution of Korea. So it is just the examples in the early days of 2000. Since then, Korea, they are doing various types of developing work for the developing country. Yes, we know that developing countries are still need various types of assistance regarding social issues, environment issues as well, and labor environment issues as well. So Korea, it was the recipient country, and nowadays they changed their status to the donor country. So they have good experience to share with the developing country how to transmit from recipient country to donor country with the help of OECD or the donor countries. Recipient country must jump onto the other level, which is from the recipient level to the donor country level. Korea is symbol of that job. So their experience must be shared with the donor countries. So OECD and OECD members, they are expecting these work from Korea. Okay, let's see the DAC. DAC is the core members of the OECD regarding development issues. So 2010, Korea joined the DAC membership, and then since then, Korea hosted various types of international meetings and committees or forums, something like that. For example, 2011, Korea hosted the fourth higher level forum on aid effectiveness. It was the opportunity for the international community to forge a new and inclusive global development partnership. So DAC is the special member groups to talk about the future of development work in the OECD stage. So if they have some kind of good opinions or agreement on the certain opinions, then it can be practiced. It can be realized in near future in the OECD stage. Therefore, the opinions of the or directions or policies of DAC is important for the future of OECD regarding the development work. So as a member of DAC, as a special group for the development issues in the OECD stage, Korea has done many jobs. Okay, let's see the laws for the Korean activities in the OECD stage. Briefly speaking, to join to the OECD membership or to work as the members of DOC in the OECD, yeah, Korea has the legal basis. Yeah. So let's see here that point. The agreement between Korea and the OECD regarding the secondment of public officials to the OECD. It was made in the 2007, and it can be a legal basement. I mean, the international law, yeah, for the secondment of public officials to the OECD. So this law was made between Korea and the OECD as an international organization. So those kind of work can be done by the regulation of these rules. Other things, 2008, Korea has made the Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, with the OECD to establish the OECD Korea Policy Center. Okay, those kind of work shall be based on these international law between Korea and OECD, and then Korean government can support these establishment jobs of a center, and then OECD can provide the informations, regulations, and the staff, yeah, those kind of things. Of course, budget as well, yeah. So budget can be shared by the Korean government and the OECD all together. Let's see the first law, agreement between Korea and the OECD on the secondment of public officials to the OECD, which was made in 2007. Yeah, main purpose of the agreement is quite simple, desiring, yeah, to promote mutual cooperation through the secondment of public officials of the government as project staff. We will call that staff as the KPS, yeah, with benefit by the gaining experience in the international cooperation activities such as OECD under the close direction of experienced OECD officials while contributing to the implementation of the programs and activities. So, yeah, the agreement has the several articles: recruitment, status, grade, extension, evaluation, financial procedures, finance cost, yeah, and the other related rules. The staff can be employed by, yeah, OECD, yeah, with that procedure. Then they will work for the OECD with the support of Korean government for regarding, yeah, the development project, which is supported by Korean government and OECD together. 2008, OECD and Korea, they made MOU for the special center, to make the special center, the policy center. So the center was made based on this MOU document, and then these rules, yeah, is the basic legal basis for the jobs. When we see the content of these MOU, then we can assume that what is the main purpose of the center and who can support these establishment jobs, and what is the main purpose of the work of the center. Okay. Yeah, the purpose is quite simple. Yeah, recalling something, considering the parties. Yeah, parties means Korea and the OECD agreed on the desirability of merging these four sectoral centers into one single entity, which located in Seoul, Korea. So there were many centers before 2008. So in 1997, Korea OECD Multilateral Tech Center. And 2003, they established OECD Korea Regional Center for Competition, which I mentioned before. 2005, Regional Center on Health and Social Policy, they established. And 2005, again, the OECD and Korea, they established the OECD Asian Center for Public Governance. And then OECD and Korean government realized that to effectiveness of the work of these centers, they wanted to emerge. They wanted to merge, combine it together as the single body, which is the complex, OECD Korea Policy Center. Tax policy, regional policy, health and social policy, and public governance. Those kind of the centers are separated for several years, and then Korean government and the OECD, they supported together to these centers, and then realized that if they combine together, merge together into the one single body for these works, and then it should be more effective. So to do that, merging the four sectoral centers into the one single body, they made this MOU. Quite simple, And then, to do that, OECD and Korea, they promise something for the jobs. And the MOU, the content of MOU is quite simple. General principles, purpose, OECD staff in Paris, local Korean staff, a steering committee, advisory board, budget, and responsibilities of each partners, Korea and OECD. So these single body authorities, which combined four different centers, is the big project for the effectiveness of the centers, of the works. But the thing is that four centers are commonly for the developing countries, development works, ODA works. So they wanted to combine together for the effectiveness of the work. So they promised the responsibilities of each partners, Korea and OECD, and they promised the OECD steps and the Korean steps, their works, and then their budgets, and then the structure and the functions of the staff and the bodies, the sub-bodies in the center. And then MOU also mentioned about the other point, for example, intellectual property, dispute settlement, the other things. And they have also, let's see that there are four annexes. Competition, health and social policy, public governance, and taxation. These centers, four centers will merge together into the one single body. So to do that, they need some kind of schedule or programs for the final destination. So they promised to do something, yeah, for the main theme, and then detailed program schedules to be added as the for annexes. Okay. Okay, let's see the WTO work. Yeah, Korea is one of the founding members of WTO system. After the Uruguay round, which was started in the 1986, yeah, Korea, they believe that WTO system is more open, yeah, more equal trade activities system. So WTO as the symbol of multinational, open-minded trade regulation system for all international communities, they have done many jobs. But recently, yeah, since establishment of WTO system, they received a lot of new members, especially since 2000. Yeah, majority of WTO members are in the developing level. So minority, but their economic impact is big. Yeah, the developed group realized that for the future of international trade, in the long-term view, yeah, they must support developing country. Since then, development work or ODA jobs became one of the major topics in the WTO system. So Korea, as the founding member of WTO, yeah, and also they have the very special characters in the trade areas. Yeah, they knew that they have to do something for the developing country in the WTO stage. What about the multinational bank? Yeah, for example, Asian Development Bank. Korea is in the Asian area. So for long times, Korea has received many assistance from ADB. Nowadays, they have to do something for the developing country in Asian area. So they have to, yeah, make good partnership with ADB to support Asian developing country. So yeah, they made good rules or agreement with these international organizations for their co-work of development project. Okay? All right, let's see the WTO system first. Yeah. Korea became the members of the GATT, which was the original multinational trade system in '67. And then when the WTO system was established, yeah, Korea became the founding member. And then related to the development issues, Korea have done many things. For example, aid for trade. You know, the Korean economy is very related to the trade activity because their internal market is very small. So their major economic profit is come from trade activity. So WTO is very important for the Korean societies and Korean economy. And also, how do they make the economic progress? Yes, Korea, they made economic progress with the trade activities. Therefore, they believed that WTO must support developing country like Korea. If the developing country receive the help from multinational trade organization, that is WTO system, then they could have a chance to level up to the economic status, like Korea. So aid for trade is very important, which is based on the experience of the Korean economic development. So Korean government, they support developing country or the WTO systems for the development project. Yeah. Because Korea was one of the poorest country in the world, and they became developed country based on their trade activity. So they believe that, yeah, they have to support developing country to do more trade activity for their benefit. Okay? Okay, yes, and then let's see the other slide. All right, as the member of the Asian Development Bank, Korea, yeah, they wanted to do something for the developing country in the Asian area, because they have received many kind of help from ADB. Nowadays, it's time to help, yeah, other Asian countries under the umbrella of Asian Development Bank. So since then, Korea, yeah, they supported developing country with the Asian Development Bank. With the good partnership of two sides, they made good projects, such as E-Asia and Knowledge Partnership Fund project, which is related to the ICT, Information and Communication Technology Improvement Project in Asian developing countries. Korea is very strong in the field of ICT, so they wanted to share their experience how to improve the ICT systems and the infrastructure, and sometimes they support to do the expansion of the infrastructure regarding ICT. That is E-Asia project. So Korea wanted to share their knowledge with the developing country, and they support developing country in with the partnership of Asian Development Bank. Okay. All right. In the part 2, we have checked the various types of Korean works with the partnership of international organization. As an example,